Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 5, Episode 11, and you all know why we're back today. It's Championship playoff semi-final time, and it's Charlton v Watford for the right to go to Wembley. Can we make it to face Southampton or Sheffield United? Can we make it all the way to the Premier League? We started Season 5 as a League 1 manager, and we could well finish it as a Premier League 1. We'll preview the game and talk about it in a moment, but firstly, a massive thank you to everyone who's followed the series and season so far. I really do appreciate it. The Charlton stint has certainly been eventful so far, and it's led to this extended season, of course. We face Watford in a doubleheader, hoping to get to the final. If you're enjoying the series and looking forward to it as much as I am, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Probably not quite as nervous as I am. I've got a feeling things could go wrong today. You've already seen at the top right the last result since the last episode. We didn't get our dream return to form, and in the end we only ended up sneaking in by a point, so we are certainly the outliers of this playoff campaign. But either way, it's going to be something we look forward to, and if you haven't already, subscribe for daily FM20 content from both of my long-term stories. This one will hopefully culminate with a final in 2 days' time, rather than a transfer special for the start of Season 6. Otherwise, in the meantime, we'll be back tomorrow with Dorking Wanderers, again pushing for our own playoff campaign in that one. But today, following our disappointing defeat on the final day against Huddersfield after the Watford game you saw with me last time, how did we get here? We had a brilliant run after the January window, some fantastic signings brought in by our new director of football, and then unfortunately faded away just when it mattered most, coming into this playoff campaign in the end in absolutely awful form. But against Watford, we've got two big games. You obviously saw both of them on camera earlier this year. Recently in the last episode, the 3-3 draw, which we somehow managed to throw away victory, and then early in the season, the 2-3 defeat. That was after the United Carabao Cup tie. We all remember that one. Again, we threw it away late on. Maybe Watford have just got a superior fitness or something. But into today's game, we've had a little break. Two big ties in the playoffs. And we start with a home leg having finished lower in the league, hoping we can get a good start to the tie. Southampton play Sheffield United in the other one. We won't really keep an eye on that unless we know we're going through. But for now, let's just go and get into the first game. The dynamics are okay. We've tried to cheer the lads up. We've tried to talk to a few of them. We still might do a few individual talks, to be fair. Both us and Watford only won 1 in 5, but Watford's was their last game. We haven't won in 3 or 4 now. For everyone that we'd have in a normal 11, it looks like they're all fit today. And in terms of the 18, there's no changes I really want to make. I think I'm happy with the players in the squad. So for now, I think that's all we're going to do. It looks like a pretty comfortable lineup for us. So our 11 for today is Phillips in goal, Miranda and Kenny the fullbacks, with Stevens and Clark in the middle. Selnay's in the holding role, desperately looking for a return to form. Maybe it's just because there's interest in him. He seems to be falling away a bit. Marseille and Palace, both bigger clubs on paper. Palace in the Premier League, Marseille over in the top tiers in France. They're playing in the Europa League as well, so plenty of competition there. Baptiste and Campbell in the middle, Delgado and Marin over on the wings, and Matthias Arezzo up front on his own, going through a little bit of a tough spell himself. At home to Huddersfield last time out, Arezzo did manage to get a goal in the end, as did Antonio Marin, a good first half finish for him. But Dylan Phillips with an own goal and 2 more to throw it away did give us a disappointing defeat to end. So we go into this one with slightly less confidence, and of course an injury to Justin at right back. So here we go then, let's get into the first leg of the playoff semi-final. The first in 3 years in this series, I think. We had one with Kettering in Season 2, of course, but since then, no playoffs for us. It's all been about surviving, both with Halifax and Scunthorpe in Seasons 3 and 4, and now we're at the top end competing again. Let's see if we can get back to form in style. Here we go then, familiar lineups. We only played Watford in the last episode, of course. Ismail Assar back, they've got Cantwell in the number 10, Shalabar back at centre-half today, Bizzo in goal, he had a good game for them last time out. Bissouma on the bench, has his Tek Pate, he was the superstar last time round. Sessegnon at right back, so many familiar names. This is going to be a very tough test for us. So we're going to ask the lads to prove a point, go out with our normal tactic. We've nothing to lose, we're not in good form, we're expected to be underdogs as a result of the season. So let's just go and see if we can show we want it more, and hopefully we'll be able to get a good result. The Valley's packed just as you'd expect, and we've started the game pretty brightly, but Watford have the first shot and it's not a highlight worth seeing, though it looks like we're managing to get back into it. 10 minutes gone, we'll wait for a highlight, but so far so good, we haven't conceded. 20 minutes gone, we've got a throw on the right hand side, John Joe Kenny to take it to Stevens. It's around halfway, but can we create something going forward? Stevens just got plenty of space to run into here. He's got to the edge of the box, finds Delgado, out wide to Kenny in the end via Stevens again. Beats a man, crosses, Campbell loses out in the air, Ismail Assar gets it clear, Shalabar hacks away the halfway line, but Stevens knocks it down for Delgado again. Here's Baptiste out to Marin, Arezzo's there and puts it wide. Oh, that's a great chance from 6 yards. You can't miss those in a playoff semi-final. Arazo, I'm starting to hope we do get the 30 million bid. He's got great attributes, but he's disappointed at times this year. And we're back for Watford with a throw at right back, but the first brilliant chance of the game's gone begging. Here's Ismail Assar on the right to Sessegnon. They've got the overlap and Juan Miranda's been beaten here. Sessegnon to deliver back to Sarr. They've got a man over and they're going to get the cross in. Back to Sarr again into the box. Delivers to Malin who heads in. The keeper's let it through his hands. It's really poor goalkeeping. And the first good chance Watford have had has gone in. And even then it wasn't really a clear-cut chance. A half one, but they've managed to be more clinical. We've wasted a brilliant one. They've scored that. The difference between the keepers and the strikers. And we tend to the break we trail 1-0 in what's otherwise been a really good performance. Here's Selnays with a corner though into Delgado. Another brilliant chance goes Wigan. Over the bar from 6 yards. Free header unmarked. We've really got to do better than that. And that's the one thing I'm really looking for next year. Can we get that clinical edge? And we think we'd have it with Arazo. He's a brilliant striker. On paper that is anyway. But this season he's just not scored as many as we'd expect. They're on the counter-attack here with Marin. Here he comes over halfway to Baptiste. 2 over on the right if he can find them. Force backwards to Clark and he goes forward down the left. Long ball to Marin on the byline. Chance to deliver. Can he get it in? Back to Miranda into the back post. Delgado heads in for 1-1. What a time to equalise. The Watford fans are silenced. We get level on terms of the break. That is 2 clear-cut chances and we finally taken one. Delgado puts us level at half-time. A brilliant end to the half after a disappointing display. We played well and being caught out by the sucker punch. We're going to tell the lads we're pleased with the performance and hopefully they'll step up in the second half. 5 minutes into it, Selnays with a free kick deep in the opposition half, headed away as far as Chucho though. He's going to run forward again, it's Cucho, sorry. He's got a man on the overlap, Campbell intercepts, chance to slide his man in there, tries to find Arazo, but it's not a great ball, and eventually it's hacked clear by Watford downfield. No idea why we needed to see that all the way across to Dylan Phillips. He just bowls it out short to Stevens. We're keeping the ball at the back nicely, and we've been the better side by far in this game, but we haven't really got anything to show for it. Here's Campbell in the middle again though. Can we create something special? Finds Delgado cutting in from the right, got a man on the overlap if he needs him, lays to Baptiste instead out to John Joe Kenny. At the byline there's 3 or 4 in the middle, one of them's Marin who heads in. 2-1 we lead. 5 minutes in the second half, we're in front for the first time and we're starting to look like we can contend. I don't want to get too excited because we throw it away against Watford late on every time, but things are looking good 10 minutes into the second half and we're coming forward again with John Joe Kenny. I've just got to remember the last episode. Remember, 60 minutes gone, it was 3-1, we were comfortable, it looked like we were going to make it and be in with a chance at the top 2, but here is Clark and we're now trying to fight again. Miranda getting the ball on the left back area. Campbell's lost out and this is where the danger is. Cucho beats his man, he's in 1-on-1, got to make the challenge, Clark, he doesn't, but Dylan Phillips saves. It was a good solo run, but the strike was awful and straight at the keeper, and with an hour gone we survive and hang on to our narrow lead. Well, 10 minutes to go. It's gone very quiet, but we've seen the dangers before in recent games against Watford, so I'm going to make the changes in crucial areas. Arazo up front's not had the best game, but I don't know that I want to take him off at this point. So Shandon Baptiste is the man to come off. Vukatic will come on for him. I don't know, do we want to make that change yet though? In fact, let's not. We made changes every other time against Watford and it's cost us late on in matches, so we're going to leave it to the last 5 and then just sort of squirm them through, although I might regret it now with this corner. Sessegnon in, Stevens heads away, Delgado can counter here. We got a 2-on-2 here. Delgado's away. Is he going to get there? Oh, the man on the yellow card. He did very well there. I thought he was going to bring him down and get a red, but in the end he managed to win the ball cleanly. Out to Shalabar on the left for Watford. It's starting to look dangerous. Here's Sarr on the wing. Chance to cross. He cuts inside one. Oh, not again. Every time against Watford. Every single blimmin' time we throw it away. Nearly swore. It's an unbelievable end to the game. And again, Watford have cost us in the last 5 minutes. We threw away 2 goals in the last game against them. Again, 2 to lose the first one in the season. I cannot believe it's happened for a 3rd time, and we're not going to have a league going to Vicarage Road. So let's go and have a look at the substitutes now. Baptiste replaced by Alex Mowat. Arazo up front, a Pender on for him, pressing forward just to keep a bit of pressure on the defenders, and Campbell struggling as well, so Vukatic on there, and in fact we'll switch Mowat into the playmaker role. That's it for the last couple. Let's try and hang on. We can't let in another one surely. I'm not going defensive because we did that against them last time and it really backfired for us. But with the 4 minutes of stoppage time, it is a 2-2 draw. A brilliant tie in the playoff semi-final. For the neutral, they will have loved it. For us as underdogs, it's a really good performance, and I hope it in a draw will give us a bit of confidence back. But of course, the way we threw it away at the end there may leave a little bit to be desired, and of course may dent the lads a little bit further. But in 4 days' time, we'll be back for the second leg. No need to wait for that. We'll be showing you that in a moment. So let's skip ahead to Wednesday. We can see how the first leg of the other semi-final went, and then try and book our place at Wembley for the final. Well, second leg time. It's on a knife edge after the first tie. James Justin not made it. It says 45 minutes, but he's nowhere near match fit. Michael Hector's unfit still. He's been out for 6 months. I'd forgotten he was at the club, to be honest. But aside from that, we are at full strength. Both ties on a knife edge. Sheffield United done by a late goal as well. They were leading 1-0. Southampton nicked a late equaliser, just as Watford did in our first leg. So it looks like the two home sides today have got an advantage. But let's see if we can throw a cat amongst the pigeons. So Watford heavy favourites, odds on after good form, not lost in the last 5, although only one victory. We're in woeful form, 2 points out of 5 games, though of course one of them was a playoff match. 21,000, a sellout at Vicarage Road, so it's surely going to be a quite vociferous support behind them, but we've still got a very strong 11. Delgado just about made it match fit. I think it said tied, it doesn't, it says match fit now, but either way he was never going to miss out on this one, so our 11 will be exactly the same as the last game. I've done all of the bits I can off the pitch, talking to them, individual chats to try and get the morale up. It does mean the dynamics have popped back up to good again. The managerial support higher, most of the first team players happy with how we're doing. A few of these reserve ones not quite as happy, but all of the 18 are confident for today. It's exactly the same starting 11 and substitutes bench, so let's not worry about it any longer. We don't want to hold up proceedings. Let's go and get into the first half and see if we can make it to the Championship playoff final. 4-2-3-1, the big guns are out for Watford. Basuma starts, Kovalenko starts, Tekpete starts, Sar's in on the left wing where he scored that late goal last time out. João Pedro up front, so many changes, almost like they were playing a reserve team last time out. A few of the first team names in defence as well, they're back to their strongest 11. We're doing the same, but of course we've got no pressure on us, not expected to reach the final whatsoever. It's 3rd v 6, we'll be delighted to make it, so let's just go out and play our natural game. We've got the team talk, so Jason Cummings, why do I want to know that? Who cares if Sunderland have put a striker on a transfer list at this point? Seriously, why on earth? I'm just going to send the assistant. I'm not having that. I'm just going to walk out the interview. I'm not happy to do it. Let's see if we can get a result against Watford. I mean, why? Sorry, Championship second leg of the playoff semi-final. Why on earth would you then ask about Sunderland putting a player on the transfer list? Not linked with us, no question about signing him. Just to say, why has he placed him on the transfer list? Like I care at this moment in time. 20 minutes gone, it's 0-0. As it stands, we're on course for extra time, but we've got a corner here. João Pedro heads on, off the line by Kenny, is in back on the rebound, played onside Basuma on the line. Time for us to work things out here. Watford have dominated early on despite not having much possession. We're going to demand more, it's been a poor start, and we trail 1-0 at Vicarage Road. Well, I've dropped to a balanced mentality, just trying to give us a bit more balance in the middle of the pitch. As Miranda gets the ball forward on the left, he finds Arezo. What's our striker doing out there? It's almost like Joel Linton in real life. Keeps drifting wide for no reason, but Marin's got through 3 there. Brilliant work, but the finish is poor. Straight at the keeper and it's easily held. But what a good bit of work from Marin there, trying to do it all on his own. Selnay's with a free kick on the left, into the back post. Marin heads down and hits the woodwork, makes a challenge, is blocked out for a goal kick. We just can't get that breakthrough. We're starting to look a better side though. We're definitely getting into the game. But at half time we still trail 1-0, and as it stands we're going out at the semi-final stage. A 1-1 in the other game, it's a knife edge there too. A couple of the lads looking a bit nervous for us though. But into the second half we go, it's still 1-0, and we've got a chance to nick a special result here. 25 to go, there's not much happening, so we're just going to see out this highlight here. Having said that, we've had the only clear-cut chance of the match. As João Pedro's a threat, we've got to close him down. Kovalenko doing brilliantly, finds Tekpete. He was hero in the first game in the season, and now he's set up a second goal here, and that's probably it for the tie. We're going to go attacking, make some changes to see if we can do something special, but it looks like that is the final nail in the coffin, and a brilliant season is going to end in bitter disappointment. Marin's going to be replaced by Hragova. Delgado's knackered, he'll be replaced by Benitez, and we'll leave it at those two for now with 25 minutes left, and we'll make another one later on if we need to. What a bit of disappointment. Southampton lead against Sheffield United, and both of us after early promise are going out, and to be fair, rightly so, it will be 3rd v 4th in the playoff final. There's no chance of us coming back from here. So let's ask the lads to show some passion. We're going to go a bit more direct, see if we can get the ball in the box, but I don't think it's going to make a difference at this point, so we'll just make the last sub. Chem Campbell replaced by Alex Mowat, a little bit of a star in midfield for most of the year, so we'll give him a chance to impress again and hopefully improve the fitness in the middle. But 5 left, there's nothing going on. We're going to go very attacking as well, but 2-0 and it looks like it's going to be a comfortable defeat. We just can't get back into this game. Here's Sarr on the right hand side of Sessegnon. Coming forward again, Watford, 3 would be harsh. Baptiste heads away, Arezo's going to be there, 2 running off him if he can find them. Back to Matt Clark, can we go over the top? Out to the left to Miranda, he's got 2 up with him, 1 running off in Hragova, 1 in the middle, 2. Can he find either of them? He's going a alone. Sessegnon intercepts back into Benitez, headed away as far as Mallon, and another chance where we didn't really look like scoring, and it remains 2-0 as Watford play out from the back. Here's Demirski into Magalhaes, out to Bissouma who goes long. Mallon's in here, and this is the problem. We're so exposed at the back now. We've gone very attacking. It's cost us at the other end. Dylan Phillips makes a good save, but in truth it was a poor finish. Into 3 minutes of stoppage time. Our dream's over for this season, but another big window to come on Saturday. It could be a very big transfer special, and we could have a director of football special here. Can he get us a few players to lead us to promotion? Don't forget, based on form since we joined the club, we're probably about 2nd or 3rd in the league. We were down in 14th when we joined. We've given Stephen Schumacher's team talk and they completely disagree with it. So a poor end to the season and disappointment at the final hurdle. So Watford deservedly through. They'll play Southampton in the final. Looks like it's 3rd v 4th for a place in the Premier League and one less big team to face next season. So hopefully that makes things a bit easier. But a brilliant season nonetheless. We've really done well with Charlton. We've got a big director of football trauma transfer special coming up. We'll be back with that in 2 days time of course, so I hope you'll join me for that one. If it's anything like the last window in January, we're in for an absolute treat. Let's have a quick look at the season though. Who have been our star performers throughout? If we go in terms of order of appearances, Dylan Phillips, Shandon Baptiste, Miranda and Stevens all in the 50s. Plenty of goals across the board. 17 for Delgado, 16 for Arezzo, 7, 6 and 5 for lots of others. And then 10 assists as well for Delgado too. Miranda chipping in with 9 from left back. Kenny and Baptiste got a few as well. They've both had good seasons in there, but a little bit of revolution needed in the squad. We've got a very big one now as well. We're going to have to juggle to meet financial fair play. Though, of course, we've got nothing to do with that. Our director of football in charge of transfers and contracts, and he's going to make for another exciting transfer special. I'm sure you'll come and join me again for that in 2 days' time. In the meantime, if you did enjoy this season, please do put a thumbs up on the video. We've got to put things into a bit of perspective though. We started the season with a mid-table League One club. We finished it in the Championship playoffs. We're at a tycoon-owned club. We've had brilliant transfer specials. Loads of good players coming into the club too. Selnay's the superstar this year. Definitely the standout man. No point even asking about player of the season. Selnay's wins it by a mile. But a lot of these players moving towards their 30s now, and that is a bit of a worry moving into next season. But we'll wait and see what the director of football does, and I'll report back to you in 2 days' time. But in the meantime, if you did enjoy this episode and season, please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know in the comments what you think we should do in the summer. Should we look for a new job? I think we're going to be staying here, to be honest. It looks like the chairman's settled down. He doesn't want to move on anymore. So we'll wait and see what goodies we get in the transfer window, and hopefully we can compete at the top end of the Championship next year. Don't forget, this club was predicted 3rd at the start of the season. We joined as they've been underachieving massively, but we managed to get them back up into the playoffs, competing near the top. I'm sure the fans enjoyed what we've done so far, and in terms of club vision, we're looking pretty good. We're in the B's as we managed to perform above expectation, but next season's going to be a difficult one. Grow the best youth system in the country, work towards gaining promotion to the Premier League, and we've only really got 2 or 3 years to do it, so that's going to make things very difficult for us. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content from both of my long-term stories. As we mentioned, the transfer specials in a couple of days' time. Our next episode from Dawkins in the meantime tomorrow. The final game of the league season as we chase the playoffs from the last episode. Can we make it into the top 6, or will it have come a year too early? Join me to find out that, and we're also part of a podcast that does matchday vlogs and interviews. The link to the matchday vlogs is in the eye above. A massive thank you to everyone that's tried those so far. We really do appreciate your feedback. But a massive thanks for watching this one and following along for another season. I'm sorry it ended in disappointment, and I hope to see you next time for our big transfer special as we try to get promotion to the Premier League.